Ladies and gentlemen, we are less than 24 hours away from WWE Bash in Berlin, live in Germany. And we have a lot to discuss. Hello all, welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx. We have a jam-packed live stream for you. Yes, we are going to predict, of course, talk about the results, what I think is going to happen for Bash in Berlin, literally in 12 hours from now. It's happening for me at 12 p.m. So if you're Eastern time, 1 p.m. If you're, I think, Pacific time, 10 a.m. So get you a good night's sleep and be ready to watch this show early. I like these pay-per-views, PLEs, happening earlier on in the day because it gives me the rest of my Saturday to enjoy. So I'm excited to see this particular show. Although I will say, it is kind of predictable, which is not a bad thing. I hate when people use that as a way to knock on the show. Predictability isn't always a bad thing. In fact, that's usually a sign of good storytelling. So I think this show being predictable helps it. And it makes it even that much more exciting. I think we're in store for a great show tomorrow. The crowd's going to be great. If you saw SmackDown tonight, you already know it is going to be a fire audience. But we will talk about Bash in Berlin a little later on. We will get to SmackDown, but we got other wrestling news to get into as well. We are going to talk about the Nikki Garcia incident with her husband. I think his name is Ardam. I don't want to get his name wrong. I am terrible with these last names, bro. Y'all might have to help me on this one. But the incident with her husband, is it Shigvintsev? Right? Shigvintsev. Something like that. I don't even think that's right. Well, there was an incident that dropped last night or yesterday. TMZ reported that her husband was arrested for DV. You know what DV is. Domestic V. You get the idea. There is definitely a lot to get into, but we're going to be very, very careful with how we address it because I do have a platform that is seen through both sides of the wrestling world, from your perspective and also people inside the business do watch me. So I have to be careful with how I carry myself. If we were sitting next to each other, my opinions might be shared differently. I might be a little bit more blunt with how I view things and what I say. But here, I want to be respectful of Nikki's situation and what she's going through, what her family's going through. It is a situation we had to talk about because it is related to wrestling. But trust me, what I have to say is something that we all need to talk about. It's something that we all need to address because this kind of stuff, DV, it's more prevalent than you think it is. And some of you know it's prevalent. It's a lot more prevalent than you think. So we'll get into that. We got other news. Tegan Knox apparently has, let's just say she crashed out hard on Twitter. Probably not a good look for her. And many other things. Many other things that we can get into. I don't want to waste your time because this is a loaded show. So quick intro. Very quick intro. Let's get to the sponsorship. Let's get to the people. Say hello to the live chat. And then spend the rest of the show. Predictions, SmackDown, wrestling news. And then get you ready for Bash in Berlin tomorrow. So without further ado, if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, you're at it. Help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, let me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads, give us a follow on Discord. Check out the audio podcast, and most importantly, give me a follow on TikTok. Why? Because I'm the tickest of the talkers. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live in the air. The Super Chat Championship is on the line tomorrow. Don't miss this opportunity to take on 3 Diglets, 3 belts, 3 Diglets. Because to beat the man, woo, you gotta beat the man. I think that's the other way out. To be the man, woo, you gotta beat the man. Also, email me at justAlyx'sworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and please get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alyx guy? Get you an I'm a Just Alyx guy t-shirt right off the press. Also, get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alyx's World t-shirt, and many, many, many more t-shirts coming your way very, very soon. We have a brand new lineup of t-shirt designs currently being worked on. They will be live very soon before the end of the year. Also, before we move along here, I want to thank the partners of tonight's live stream, Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile is here to offer you a very sweet deal on their mobile plan. $15 a month. Very cheap mobile plan for high quality service. Think about all those other mobile plans you pay for over $100 a month. Hey, sometimes when you get high quality stuff, high quality tech isn't cheap unless you get Mint Mobile. Their whole slogan is giving you high quality for less money. I promise you, I've used it. It competes with all the other mobile plans. All the other top tier mobile competitors, they can't match what Mint Mobile has for you. So let's get a quick word from these lovely people at Mint Mobile. Then I'll say hi to the people in the live chat for shout outs.
This video is partnered by Mint Mobile. Like many of you, I've been trying to cut back on expenses lately, but let's be real. It's tough when you got things to do and you don't want to give them up. But sometimes you have to make those sacrifices to pay your phone bill and satisfy the big tech companies. That was until I discovered Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless services starting as low as $15 a month. With Mint Mobile, you can get high-speed data plus unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. The best part? You get to keep your phone and even the phone number. Now, if you do want to purchase your own phone, they do have phones available on the website, which you can get through the link. The internet service is reliably fast. It's so seamless, I put it up there with any other network on the market. Now, some of you might think switching to a new service is a hassle. Let me reassure you, this is only going to take you 15 minutes to set up. You could literally do it right now from your phone. No need to leave your house or contact anybody.
And if your device does not support eSIM, then Mint Mobile will personally ship you a physical SIM card.
So if you're like me and you want to save a little bit of money without sacrificing anything, use the link trymintmobile.com/justalyx and start your wireless plan today as low as $15 a month. Don't lose out on this opportunity. Start saving money by switching to Mint Mobile today.
Thank you all so much for joining me for this live stream. As always, show some love to the Mod Squad. We got Dylan, Highway Dylan Danger in his house. As always, it's good to have Dylan Danger, a very dedicated mod. And of course, we got Ultra, Shawn Jackson, Firestar Heart, Elias, a Demon, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Khalil does everything, and of course, Big MGM. They all help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Also, be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost the algorithm by hitting that like button. Who's here? I'm early. Like, I don't usually come to this point of the stream this early. So we might not have a lot of people here in the live chat. I lied. We have a ton of people here in the live chat. As always, we got the regulars. We got Debit Money. Debit Money Adams. Shout out to Debit Money Adams. Shout out to JJ, who let the dogs out. Who. JJ Bulldog. Ethan Zakarbach. I saw Ethan Zakarbach on the A&B Convos live stream. Good to see some of my people traveling across the wrestling spectrum to support other creators. Always know that I'm watching everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. We got Counterfeit, Vetnani, and DJ Montel. We have Darcy Chatham, Dro Davidian, who was also in the A&B Convos live stream. I see, who's this? I see Aaron Teagle. I see a Dwayne Sweetney. Dwayne Sweetney isn't a big fan of Tegan Knox, I see. We got Wrestle Spider. What's good, man? Good to have you here. I haven't seen you in a while. Official Danita C. Ro Punk. Wide Skate. Ro Punk says, good morning from the UAE. As for today is my last day before I go to my military service. Ro Punk, thank you for your service. We'll be here when you get back. Seriously, we ain't going nowhere. We got CT Hill. Happy and safe Labor Day weekend. Same to you. Harry Grace. Let's do a couple more. Adam Ritter, Pikachu Black, Shadow Star, and I guess the last one's gonna go to. Let me see what the last one's gonna go to. Let me see. Ooh, did I get everybody? No, I think I missed somebody. Hold up. Joseph Winters. Never mind. Joseph Winters. There we go. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. And then John B. the second. All right. Okay. Thought I was like, wait, did I actually get everybody here? That would have been the first time that happened. No, we had some people in here. So, again, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for making me a part of your day. Big week. So let's go ahead and move things along. We have a ton of things to talk about. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. We're going to hit the ground running with some wrestling news. Starting off with Miss Tegan Knox. So Tegan Knox literally just hit the news before I went live. And I'm going to try to be nice about this because I like Tegan. She is someone that is very passionate about professional wrestling. You can tell she puts her all into this sport. That being said, just because you put your all, you give the sport your all, doesn't mean you're owed anything. Everything that you get is earned. No one owes you a damn thing in anything that you do. No matter what avenue of entertainment, business, venture, what career you decide to do, you can be the most passionate person in that particular field. But you still gotta put in the work to get the results. So, Tegan Knox hasn't been booked on WWE television for what feels like, what was the last time she was even on Raw? When was that? I know she was on Raw this year. Was it a tag team match with Natalya? I think I would have to go back to the beginning of 2024, right? Whenever the first time they appeared this year, I don't remember it, but I know it was like once or twice. So she hasn't been booked for a while, right? On Twitter, Tegan Knox spoke out about the WWE not booking her. And she did this while retweeting about the Women's Speed Tournament. So those of you who don't know what Speed is, it's a X Twitter exclusive show where 5 minutes wrestlers go in and wrestle cruiserweight style, and basically Elon Musk gives the WWE millions of dollars to host this show exclusively on Twitter, on X. Well, they did the men's version, and now they're going to host a women's tournament. And guess who's not in that tournament? Tegan Nox. So she retweets the post and says the following: can't even get booked on a tattoo show, let alone entered into the speed tournament. So, while I can relate and sympathize with the frustration of not getting TV time, because we've been here before. How many times has someone like me come up here on YouTube? People like you, wrestling fans, seen wrestlers, superstars who have all the talent in the world just not get utilized, just not get that opportunity to connect. We always feel like, man, if you just gave them just one match, that one strong storyline, a strong feud, if you gave them an opportunity, they can show you what big stars they are. I can't tell you the countless times I've seen talent not being respected, not being used under a Vince McMahon. So we've been here before. And while Triple H isn't perfect, he has his flaws. I believe more than ever, talents are given an unspeakable amount of opportunities to get over. Tegan Nox is no different. Tegan has been given many opportunities. Now, unfortunately, Tegan got injured, literally hurt during those pushes. And so when they tried to push her, bad luck struck. And so they would push her, she gets momentum, she gets hurt, she's gone. I feel like the time to really have struck while the iron was hot with her was that feud with Dakota Kai in 2019 on NXT. Or was that 2020? I forgot what year that was. See what I mean? When did Dakota Kai turn heel? 2019 is when she turned heel, right? Okay, so 2020 was when they got started with their feud. So, regardless, 2019, 2020, that was the time to strike with Tegan Nox. Guess what happened? She got hurt badly, and then the pandemic happened, so we didn't see her. As a result, then she got let go by Vince McMahon. Just bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. We bring her back because Triple H believes in her. Triple H sees the potential in her, brings her back, and, well, they give her a singles run. They try to push her as a singles talent on the main roster. She doesn't connect. Okay, it happens. They put her in a tag team with Natalya. And they're hoping that in this tag team, she could learn a few things, learn a few tricks to get herself over. And as time goes by, maybe after a year or so, split them up, turn Natalya heel, turn her babyface, and see what we can do. Doesn't connect. She doesn't connect. So after a while, after some time of chance after chance after chance, opportunity after opportunity, despite her injuries, when does it stop being, well, they won't book me, and it starts being, what am I doing wrong? One of my biggest issues with talents nowadays in WWE is the fact that this isn't Vince McMahon's WWE anymore. You're getting opportunities. You are given opportunities to be on TV, but you don't use them. You're expecting Triple H to just give you a championship, like you're owed it. No, you gotta work for it, especially now. Look at how stacked the main roster is. Not just the men, but the women. You mean to tell me that a Tegan Nox should get a push over a Rhea Ripley? Over a Liv Morgan? over a Nia Jax, over a Tiffany Stratton, over a Bayley, over a Michan, a Mia Yim, over a Bianca Belair, over a Jade Cargill. You got the unholy union holding tag team belts right now. Should she get a push over them? Why? Why should she? Why should the unholy union drop the belts to a Tegan Nox and a Natalya? You got the, Jesus Christ, the Pure Fusion Collective. I hate that name. But you got them building heat, doing what they're going to do. Where in the world does Tegan Nox fit? If anything else, this is a great time to send a Tegan Nox down to NXT. But then you got an issue with NXT. Where does she fit in on there? Why should I push her over a Jada Parker? Over a Roxanne? We're getting ready to debut Stephanie McCurr very soon. Why should I push Tegan Nox over her? And then you got Julia coming in, probably this Sunday at No Mercy. Where does Tegan Nox fit in? In what universe, in what world would anyone ever push a Tegan Nox over anyone? So here you are on Twitter crying, well, you don't give me TV time. Why should I? What have you done? What has you and any of these other women complaining done to deserve this TV time? You have to earn this spot. You have to get to a point where fans are begging the WWE to give you. And I'm not trying to say Tegan Nox has no talent and she can't earn it. I believe that Tegan wants to nut up and shut up, go to work on your character, work on your in-ring ability. There is something there. But it's not here right now. So you could cry about opportunities here and there, but you gotta create your own opportunities, Tegan. So here you are complaining about, well, I'm not getting booked on TV. Okay, so the next time you get booked on TV, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go out there and have a no-nothing match? Which I pretty much expect. Because I already know I'm not going to have to worry about that with a Io Sky or a Kairi Sane or a Dakota Kai or anyone else. And honestly, we're over here complaining about Tegan Nox not getting TV time. I think Dakota Kai, who's hurt by the way, but when Dakota Kai comes back, that's the one that deserves a lot more attention. I would be complaining more about Dakota Kai than I would at Tegan Nox. Do I see Dakota Kai complaining on Twitter about not getting booked? To be fair, she did. She did have a little, I won't say breakdown, but she was on one of her streams talking about how she wishes she could be a single star. But that's different. That's different. I already know that when Dakota Kai comes back, she's going to put her best foot forward. She's going to give them a reason to push her. Can I say the same thing about Tegan Nox? No. So, seeing her tweet this, I'm thinking to myself, you're just making things worse for you. This isn't how you get TV time. This isn't how you create opportunities. All you're really doing is telling WWE, yeah, we made the right choice not to give you TV time. And now we're certainly not going to give you TV time if this is your attitude. This isn't the right attitude. This is not how you go about it. And yes, I will agree that even though some women on TV aren't really doing it for me, again, Pure Fusion Collective, it ain't it, but you gotta give them a shot. You give them a shot, see if it works. It doesn't work, take them off TV. Nikki Cross is killing it as Sister Abigail in the Wyatt Six because she doesn't bitch. Every time Nikki Cross is on TV, she kills it. She deserves a lot more TV time. But she doesn't bitch when she doesn't get it. No, she takes advantage of the opportunities. So I would love to see Tegan Nox take that mindset and apply it. Don't complain on Twitter about, I'm not getting TV time. Join the fucking club. When they give you TV time, get in there, kill it, and make them regret not giving it to you. That's how you change the business. That's how you change the trajectory of your career. Otherwise, wait for your contract to expire and go to AEW. Again, I sympathize with her plight. I get this idea that how are these other women getting TV time and I'm not? Trust me, I get it. I don't like what she did. I don't like that she took it to Twitter and then take it to the gym or take it to, I don't know, promo classes or take it to whatever they have to take it to get better. The Performance Center. Get better. So that when you get an opportunity, you will crush it. That's all I'm saying. I love Tegan Nox. I think her passion for the business is contagious. And I hope that she gets over. She finds that story, that character, that it factor, wherever she's missing to become a top star. Because I know she can. And hopefully the bad luck is over. But this complaining on Twitter is not going to help her. It's just not. If we're going to get on AEW talent for bitching on Twitter, carry that same energy over to WWE talent that do it. So give me your thoughts about Tegan Nox, about this whole ordeal with her not getting TV time. Where do you fit? Where do you see things going for her? Do you agree with her? Do you sympathize with her? Or are you of the idea that none up and shut up? You know what I mean? Very curious to know what you think. Vince McMahon. Yes, Vinnie Mac is back in the news because Netflix has officially announced that the Vince McMahon documentary that they were going to put out some years ago will finally premiere this year, September 25th. Now let's calm down. Let's pump the brakes here for a minute. This particular documentary was filmed before the allegations. So it's not going to include everything with Janelle Grant, him being let go and fired. It's literally everything, I think, up to him retiring. So it's going to include the first retirement in 2022. Yeah, it's that old. It's like 2 years old. It's not anything new. I think it's a 6-episode docuseries. It's being produced by the same guy that did Tiger King. What's his name? Chris Smith, I think. Yeah, Chris Smith. It might include certain details about the allegations. He might have added an extra episode or an extra tidbit at the end. But I'm not expecting much. I'm hesitant to even think that this is going to be anything groundbreaking. Because I don't like the fact that this is coming out while this whole craziness between him and Janelle Grant is still going on. Guys, the allegations that he's facing could put him in jail for the rest of his life. That's how serious this is. This isn't something he can just buy out. Vince could go to jail for the rest of his life if these allegations are remotely true. And evidence says it is true. So I really wish he would have waited. But I'm not going to lie, I am a bit interested. Says here, this documentary will include interviews with McMahon before his resignation. Like I said, before his first resignation, his family, and some of the most iconic names in wrestling history, as well as the journalists who uncovered McMahon's allegations. So, again, this is 2022. This is not everything that you hear going on with Janelle Grant. It's not going to be included in this particular documentary. But I'm still interested. I think the last documentary I saw on Vince McMahon was the 2006 documentary, the DVD version. Remember that? Who here watched that? I think that's actually on it's not the WWE Network, it's Peacock. But yeah, I think that was the last big DVD they released on him. That was in 2006. That's almost 20 years ago. A lot has happened since then. So, I'm intrigued. I am definitely intrigued to see what they're going to do with that. I'm keeping an open mind that things will actually turn out pretty well. Quick news, as you guys know, the WWE has introduced a new announcer team. It will start, I think, this upcoming week. For Raw, we're going to be seeing Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett do commentary for the rest of the year. And Michael Cole will be moved to SmackDown to commentate with Corey Graves. Why? Because SmackDown is being moved to the USA Network in 2 weeks. So Michael Cole and Corey Graves will be doing that show until Raw moves to Netflix, where Michael Cole and Pat McAfee will be doing the lead commentary there. And I assume Joe Tessitore will be doing SmackDown with Wade Barrett. So we'll see how that works out. I'm not too mad about that. That's definitely a good spot for Joe Tessitore. He might actually be really, really, really good. We don't know. We'll have to find out. Okay. Enough stalling. Let's talk about it. The big piece of wrestling news that I'm sure is going to have a lot of people in their feelings. So let me start off by saying this. Of course, trigger warning. If you are someone very sensitive to DV, domestic violence, or any kind of assault allegations or anything, please be warned. Because it's not graphic, but it can still be triggering. Also, let's be reasonable and not be weirdos or assholes about this. I don't mind you guys having your opinions. I don't mind you guys coming in here and saying what you want to say. But can we do it with some decorum for this particular subject? I would really appreciate it. Live chat, comments afterwards. Let's keep it 100, all right? Let's not go too crazy with our views and opinions. So, Nikki Garcia, that's her real name, was involved in a domestic violence incident with her husband. Again, I'm going to get his last name wrong, but it's Artem Shigvintsev. I do not think I said that right. But her husband, Artem, was arrested recently on DV charges last night. There was a 911 call made before the arrest, and it was made by Artem. Artem mentioned his wife, Nikki Bella, threw a shoe at him before the arrest. The dispatch call from Artem, which happened on Thursday morning, reveals what allegedly happened between the dancer and his wife, Nikki Bella. So, those of you who don't know what's happening here, Nikki Bella and Artem met on Dancing with the Stars. Artem was her dancing coach. She fell head over heels for him. They got married. They have a son. They actually have a kid. So in the call obtained by TMZ, the 911 operator says, initially, this came in as requesting medical. So someone was hurt. But now the reporting party is stating he got into an argument with his wife, and his wife threw a shoe at him. There is a child on the scene. So as you know, this is very serious. The cops answer the call. They arrive at the house. And they immediately spotted visible injuries on Nikki Bella. They saw no injuries. As of this report, this comes from the New York Post, by the way. New York Post and TMZ reported this. But they saw no injuries on Artem, the husband. So, they just arrested him. Because the incident looked like he was the aggressor. No injuries on him. And whatever happened to Nikki, what injuries she had, was so visible, was so bad, they said, nah, we gotta arrest this dude. So, all parties have asked for privacy on the matter. Nikki Bella has spoken out and said, please allow my family to have this privacy as we work through this. And those are the details. We don't know why they were fighting. We don't know the nature of the injuries. We don't know who struck first. No one was there when it happened except for the son, Nikki, and of course the husband. Where do I even begin? So let me start here. Too many times with wrestling fans, we have a hard time separating the characters in this case, the Bella Twins, from the real life people. On TV, Nikki and Brie were the worst of the worst. The most hateable, spoiled, rotten divas who got everything because they were pretty. That was their character. So naturally so, it's perfectly understandable that certain fans will prejudge them with this idea that they're the same people as they were on TV. But the reality is, who they are on TV, most of the time, is not who they are in real life. Brie Bella is nothing like her TV character. Nothing like her TV character. Nikki is probably more closer to the TV character, but still, like, nowhere close to it. It's still an exaggeration of who she is. And so we need to understand, just because we don't like them on TV doesn't mean we have to carry that to them in real life and that they deserve anything happening to them. Right? I judge every situation as if it was happening to me. If I was in that situation. We don't really have a lot to go on based off of what we read. And so the first question people should be asking when they hear this incident is Nikki okay? That should be the first question you ask. Not, oh, well, what did she do to deserve it? Because I'm seeing that question all over the place, and I hate that. I cannot stand when I see that question on Twitter or social media. Okay? You're talking to somebody who at one point hated the Bella Twins. I could not stand their characters. I despised who they were on TV. But what I like about them as time went by, when we got away from the Divas era, right, and we became more about the wrestling, they tried to adapt. Did they succeed? That's up for debate. That's up to you. But I appreciated that they tried to adapt. And so over time, I became a lot more in favor of who they were. I'm still not big fans of theirs, but I don't need to be. They're still very popular. I can separate the character from the real life person. Nikki doesn't deserve to be abused. No one deserves to be abused. What happened with her and her husband is her business. It's private. And I am going to respect what's going on there. I just want to say this. If it comes out that he hit her, again, we don't know what happened. For all we know, this could just be a tumultuous relationship. They're both hitting each other. They're both beating each other up, which can happen. That's probably a lot more common than you think. But if it comes out that he put his hands on her, I don't give a damn how many shoes she threw at him. If this man punched, hit, assaulted her in any way, lock him up, put him underneath the jail, and leave him there, fuck him. I'm not going to be too diplomatic about how I feel. I just think a man who hits a woman is not a man. Period. This isn't a situation where his life was in danger. Clearly, this is an incident that's happened more than once, because if we reach the point where they're saying, look, let us handle it. Let us handle it. We have a son. Then it's clear to me, clear as day, that this has happened more than once. And this is a natural part of their relationship, which is sad. What can you do? What can you do? It's none of our business. Well, you're going to go tell her, hey, Nikki, you're in an abusive relationship. 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure she knows. I'm pretty sure she's very aware she doesn't have the ideal relationship. She can't just up and leave him, though. She has a son. Should she? Again, we can say, yeah, she should, because we do know abusive relationships is not just bad for the person being abused, but also the child involved. In more ways than one. Mentally, physically, who knows what could be the causes. But we don't know what this entails. What is keeping her there? And it's none of our business. Here I am talking about it. Because, again, it's news. But I am being respectful of their privacy. I'm being respectful of what's happening. I have my thoughts. I have my opinions. But at the same time, I'm praying for her. And that's all you can do. All you can do is just pray for Nikki Bella. Hopefully things will work out for her. Hopefully things will improve. Maybe they'll see the error of their ways and then work things out. I just think if it's getting to the point where hands are being thrown and people are getting hurt, cut your losses. Cut your losses. And again, the only reason I'm even talking about this is because Nikki makes her relationship public to the world. They have a reality TV show. You've seen, what is it called again? Not Total Divas, but Total Bellas, whatever they're calling it. I forgot what it's called. Total Garcia, whatever. They put their business out for the world to see. And a lot of times when you do that, it's hard to escape criticism. It's hard to escape people having opinions. And so that's why I'm at least being respectful with mine. So, prayers for Nikki Bella. Hopefully things turn out well for her. If there's any more news, we'll be here to talk about it. But again, I'm going to keep it blunt. Once again, if he put his hands on her, if Artem, whatever, however you say his last name, if it comes out that he put his hands on her, fuck him, lock him up, put him underneath the cell, and leave him there. Again, she could throw 100 shoes at him. No reason to hit her. None. You are the man in the relationship. Give me your thoughts. If you care. Alright, thank you all so much for being here. We're going to move things along to the SmackDown review. We did get a preview of Bash in Berlin because SmackDown was live in Berlin tonight. Quick review. Not going to have too much to say about tonight's episode because I do want to get to the Bash in Berlin preview and predictions. But crowd was hot. If the crowd is this hot tomorrow, we're in for a great show. And I think we're going to get a great show. Anytime you go to these foreign crowds, the shows are always great. So they opened up with L.A. Knight, yeah, doing a United States Open challenge to whoever wants a shot. And who else accepts but Berlin's own Ludwig Kaiser. And Ludwig got a thunderous pop. A huge reception. Absolute babyface. Had the fans booing LA Knight. That's a big deal. LA Knight might be, but is one of the biggest babyfaces in wrestling. And the fans booed him for Ludwig Kaiser. That's how over he was. Go and listen. If you haven't watched the match, go and listen to the crowd. They were head over heels. And it was nice to see. I've always thought Ludwig Kaiser was a good wrestler. I don't know what he's missing. He's definitely missing something. But I hope he figures it out because I do see him having a great run in WWE once he figures out what that missing factor is. But I loved seeing him get the love he got. And I thought him and LA Knight had a good match. Solid match. LA Knight retains. But you know what? Ludwig Kaiser looked great. Sometimes you don't have to win to look good. You can lose and still look good. I thought he looked great. So definitely someone that got put over by this Berlin crowd. We have Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin losing to Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. That's, of course, Legado del Fantasma. I don't like their finisher. whatever the hell, what is it called? The NTY? It's like an assistant boot to the face or an assistant punt to the gut. I don't know what it is, but the finisher that Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo has, it's trash. I don't like it. I hope they get a new one. But they win. Solo comes out. Well, he doesn't even come out. He cuts a promo from a vignette basically saying he has next. I call next against Kevin Owens and Cody, whoever wins that match. I don't think that's actually going to be the case, but he calls next, I guess. Speaking of Cody and KL, they have a promo. So to further hype their match, we have Kevin come out first. Kevin, what do you want to talk about? Wants to talk about what happened to Cody's knee. He mentions that Cody Rhodes injured or hurt his knee during the tour, and Rhodes claims, nope, nothing happened. Nothing happened to my knee. My knee is fine. But in the spirit of friendly conversation, let's talk about last week. After the match, Kevin Owens teased hitting Cody with the belt. It looked like KO was going to turn heel. And Cody says he's not accusing Owens, but he's brought up his own track record. And he has to ask, are you going to turn on me? Kevin says, like he said last week, all those people he turned on deserved it. Did they, though? Chris Jericho did, but did they, though? He did mention that Kofi Kingston didn't deserve it. But did Sammy really deserve it? But he says all those other people deserved it. They all had it coming. They had it coming. But the two of them have never had that kind of a relationship, even before they met. Cody knows the relationship Owens had with Dusty. Brings up his father. Cody says they'd never spoken about this, and maybe he's a little angry with him. Because when Kevin came in 2015, Cody left, and he took over the indie circuit, and he elevated the indie circuit to what it is and helped build AEW. And he feels like Kevin Owens doesn't get enough credit for helping to bring the indies to where it is now, for helping to pave the road to an AEW. And he feels like Cody gets too much credit. See, that's the kind of stuff where I go, Cody, you're asking for it, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, Cody, like, you're just giving him a reason to turn on you now. But okay, yeah, he basically set that up. Owen says that's very nice, but he doesn't know how to react to it. He'd never hit Cody with a cheap shot because of his knee and what happened to it earlier. And then Cody gets really upset, like, bro, my knee is fine. What are you talking about? My knee is great. Quit bringing up my goddamn knee. And then Cody gets serious. Cody's like, dude, you have been trying to sabotage this opportunity, and I don't know why. And that's when Kevin cuts him off. Kevin asks why Cody didn't take a knee during his entrance, like he usually does. Once again, to prove his point that he thinks he's hurt. But then he said, yesterday marked 8 years since he won the Universal Championship. And he remembers that night. I was there live. Me personally, I was there live in Houston when he won that Fatal 4-Way for the Universal title. It was Big Cass, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens. Triple H came out, screwed over Seth Rollins, and helped Kevin Owens win. And Kevin said he should have been on top of the world, and instead he got people telling him he didn't deserve to be champion and only won because of Triple H. And that was a tainted victory. That was a tainted reign because of that. He says that reign was tainted forever, and he's still bitter about it. So if he walks in with only one good leg, what happens if he beats Cody? Like, oh my God, he beat him with one good leg, so it wasn't really a legit win. Now Cody's really pissed off. He's yelling at him, and he sounds like he's talking with confidence, but he knows it's anger. He's angry. You're angry that you got this opportunity. You're angry at Cody for coming back and taking your spotlight. Because, and this is kind of true, Cody said, ever since I came back, you stopped being relevant. It's been more about me than it has been about you. And once again, I'm like, bro, you really setting up this heel turn. Like, he's just teeing it up to him. He even mentioned that Cody came back at WrestleMania 38 and took the spotlight from Kevin, who main evented night 1 with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I said, ooh, that's true. Everyone was talking about Cody Rhodes, not Kevin Owens. He tells Kev he loves him, and there's not a lot of people in the business he loves after the match. Will we still be friends? Are we still going to be friends? Kevin throws down the microphone and walks away. Ooh, man. So, first off, great promo. Excellent promo. Definitely one of the better promos I've seen on SmackDown. Yo, if there wasn't any hint of a Kevin Owens heel turn before this, it's there now. Because that whole him turning on Cody to be champion thing, that was one thing. They added a lot more to it. There's a lot more layers to his heel turn now because of this promo. And they set it up so well to the point where, me personally, they kind of had to turn him heel. Now, I don't think, I used to think, and we'll get to the predictions in a second, I used to think that it was going to happen at Bash of Berlin tomorrow. Now I don't. I don't now. See, I was on the opinion that, okay, if it was going to happen, do it after the championship match, right? I think it's still going to happen, but I think we're going to do it a lot later. We're going to be doing it, if not next Friday, or when they go to USA. I think that's kind of when it happens. We'll probably tease it a little bit longer because they teed it up so heavily. They teed it up so hard. I kind of think it's not going to happen because now I think people are expecting it to happen. And Triple H is someone, when you have a heel turn, when it comes to turns, he never does them when you expect them. Most of the time. Sometimes, if it's predictable, it's probably for the best. He always catches you off guard with it. Pause. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm very curious to see where this leads. This was an excellent promo. Excellent promo from both men. And I'm not going to lie, it's kind of making me intrigued about their match. I still don't think we'll get to that in predictions. But anyways. A-Town Down Under. Jesus Christ. Talk about terrible tag team names. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are backstage talking to, of course, Baron Corbin and Apollo. And then Grayson Waller spits off some shit talking to Baron Corbin. Almost gets Austin Theory hit. Austin Theory calls out Grayson Waller and says, bro, I'm sick of you getting me in trouble. Bro, you always been getting me in trouble, and I always take the heat while nothing happens to you. I'm sick of this shit. And Grayson Waller calms him down, says, yo, man, sorry about the trash talking. I own up to it, my bad. Are we good? And Austin says they're good, but you see where this is going. You see where this is going, right? They're teasing an Austin Theory babyface turn, to which sure. Let's see what happens. I mean, the heel turn didn't really do much. Why not? Let's see what Austin Theory can do as a babyface. They're not gonna give up on him. That is a project. It's like Santos Escobar. Austin Theory is someone they are not gonna give up on. If Tegan Knox got as many opportunities as Austin Theory got, she would probably be over right now. So again, I sympathize with Tegan Knox when I look at someone like an Austin Theory because I'm like, bruh, how many times are you going to get pushed? How many chances are you going to get before they realize you ain't it? So, going back to Tegan Knox, I get her frustration. I just don't like how she went about it. Andrade, El Idolo versus Carmelo Hayes in their 4th match of the series. I'm loving this pseudo 7 of 7 match series. They're not going to say it's 7 of 7, but it really is. a 7 of 7 match series. Let's just call it like it is. It's feeling like a 7-match series, but definitely, I believe this is probably one of the best parts of SmackDown. Anytime I see Carmelo Hayes and Andrade get in here and wrestle, their matches are always fire. Their matches are always killing it. They're never, ever boring. They hit hard. And personally, I can watch them wrestle forever. I would love it if they had a pay-per-view match. We have Bad Blood coming up. Give them a spot there. Have like the 7th match on that show, and the winner gets a shot at the United States Championship. They deserve a pay-per-view spot. They're probably not going to get it, but they deserve a pay-per-view spot. It's that good. I'm serious. Like, I think Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, they wrestle so well. You should give them a pay-per-view spot. When I think about Bad Blood, and we'll get to it a little later when we get to the Bash in Berlin predictions, Bad Blood should be grudge match, blood feud, hatred kind of pay-per-view. Like, don't be putting no random ass match on there, even if it's for a championship. No, fuck that. That pay-per-view should be for blood, like, I hate you, I want to rip your throat out kind of feuds. I feel that way with Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. So this match should really be on Bad Blood. And they've earned it. They should get it. They probably won't, but they should. But I'm loving this best of 7 series, even though it's not a best of 7 series. It kind of is. Let's just be real. Melo wins this match, so it's 2-2. They're even. There's going to be a 5th. When that 5th is, I have no idea. And there'll be a 6th, and then there'll be a 7th to wrap it all up. But yeah, like, I guarantee you, their 7th match is going to be the best one. Which is why I think that 7th match needs to be at Bad Blood on pay-per-view. And the winner should get a title shot. That's what I feel. The main event, of course, was for the Women's Championship. Mi-Cham, a.k.a. Mia Yim, taking on Nia Jax. Street fight. Berlin street fight. Good match. Love the tease with freaking Tiffany Stratton coming out there looking like she was going to cash in, but then Nia Jax woke up and said, what's up with that? I had to throw it in there. I love the Hurricane. And she was like, oh, no, I wasn't coming out to cash in. I was coming out to help you. Boom! Knocks out Mi-Cham, and then Bayley comes out to make the save. And then, okay, I might have been overreacting with this, but was it just me, or was Nia Jax pissed off at the end there? So, the ending sees Nia Jax do a Samoan drop through a table. Devastating. She drags Mia Yim to the turnbuckle post to hit her finisher. She puts a trash can over Mia Yim, and then hits the Annihilator. She just sits right on top of it. When she sat down on top, it looked like she put her whole fucking weight behind it. It looked devastating. It looked like she sticked the hell out of Mia Yim. Now, there was a trash can over her, so she was protected. But still, that looked devastating. That was crazy. And then afterwards, she gets the table and tosses it on her, and then she starts hitting with the kendo stick hard. It's like, she's ticked off. She's pissed. Did something happen in the match that I didn't say? Was she in character, or was she actually pissed off? I don't know what the hell happened there, but it looked like she was pissed. Like, there was a spot during the match where she got potatoed and she got really angry about it. But at the same time, I'm thinking she was probably just overselling because Tiffany tried to cash in. So, we'll see. I'm not going to look too deep into it, but that ending was nuts. Good episode. Good episode of SmackDown. Great crowd. If it wasn't for Berlin, it would probably be a decent, probably average episode of SmackDown, but the crowd elevated it. So, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very solid addition to SmackDown. Gave us a great preview of Bash in Berlin. Speaking of Bash in Berlin, I think it's time we preview the event. So let's talk about it. Bash in Berlin, live in Germany. We're Berlin, Germany. Let me see if I can find the tickets, because I think they sold out the event. I know that for sure. I want to see what the attendance is. It is sold out. Ooh, 14,000. 14,000 in the Uber Arena. That's nuts. Oh, you already know. It's going to be loud throughout the entire night. And once again, it's a 5-match card. I love these NXT TakeOver 5-match cards. It makes them feel a lot more special. With that said, there's a couple of matches on here, at least 2, where I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, that's probably going to go exactly how you think it's going to go. There is 2 matches that can be toss-ups. And I want to talk about those. But let me talk about the ones that you already know are going to go exactly how you expect them to go. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill taking on the Unholy Union, Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn. It's time to give those belts back to Jade Cargill and Bianca. You know that's where they're going, as they should. I will be shocked. I will be blown away if the Unholy Union retain here. I don't think they're going to retain. I think they drop the belts back to Bianca and Jade. And I think Jade and Bianca hold it for a little bit longer. And then whoever they drop it to will probably happen next year. And then when they drop it, we then begin the build to Bianca and Jade for WrestleMania. I do think that's what they're going to do for next year's WrestleMania in Las Vegas. Huge match. Expecting that to be great. But in the meantime, it's definitely too soon to do it, so put the belts on them. What do you do with Isla and Alba after that? No idea. We'll figure it out as we go, but easy prediction. Bianca and Jade to retain. And then you got one of the matches that can go either way. So, Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio taking on Rhea Ripley and, of course, Damian Priest. Now, usually, in this instance, I'm old school. Whenever you have a heel group with a lot of heat, you keep the heat on them. You build them up, you build them up, you build them up, you build them up, until we're at a fever's pitch, right? A fever's pitch. And then, once the crowd is begging you to have these baby faces beat them, then you beat them. And so, initially, I was thinking, well, Liv and Dominic Mysterio, right? Clearly, like, you want to maintain the heat. But then I thought about it, well, this is the first time Damian Priest and Rhea are tag teaming. You don't want to beat them on their first tag team match. So you can have Damian Priest pin Dominic Mysterio, and that's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. I don't see Rhea pinning Liv Morgan. That's not going to happen. You can have Damian pin Dominic Mysterio, and that doesn't hurt anybody. You can continue the storylines. But man, if it was up to me, and it is my prediction, I would have Dominic and Liv go over. Keep the heat. Keep the heat. Get people to a point where you are going to crawl across hellfire and brimstone. Hellfire and brimstone to want to see these two get beat. That's what I would think. That's what I would do. But it can go either way. It can go either way, and I'm fine with it. But I'm going with Liv and Dominic Mysterio. The other match that can go either way, because I thought about this one too. This is the last one that can go either way. Punk and Drew. So, common sense will tell you, Drew beat Punk in the first match. Punk beats Drew in the second match. Okay, they go on to the rubber match, Hell in a Cell, right? What if Drew beats Punk here too? One of the complaints that people have been having about Punk is the fact that, as of lately, he hasn't been showing much fire. Oh, he's coming out cutting babyface promos. Oh, Lord, here's PG Punk again. And we've been here with CM Punk 10,000 times. I was that person in 2012. There was that period of time where Punk was a babyface, and I was just sick of him coming out cutting these babyface promos. He felt like John Cena. And then he turned heel, and it was like, oh my God, I love him again. And then I didn't want to boo him because he was awesome as a heel. And that always happens, right? CM Punk gets boring as a babyface. Oh my God, he's boring. He turns heel. Oh my God, we love him. Go back to being a babyface. And it's just like, oh my God, pick one. Make up your mind. You know what I mean? But people have been saying that that Punk hasn't been showing enough fire. Drew has been carrying the feud. I disagree. I think we haven't really hit that point yet where Punk should show fire. When you really stop and think about it, and I really mean think about it, Punk has the edge over Drew. He has Drew one-upped in a lot of incidents. So let's count them. So Drew injured Punk at the Royal Rumble and put him out, and then he told him, I prayed for this, right? I prayed for this. Yikes. Yowzers. But then what happened after that? WrestleMania happens. Punk helps Damian Priest cash in, so he screws Drew once. The very next night on Raw, Punk screws him again. And then at Clash at the Castle in Glasgow, Punk screws him again. Money in the Bank, Punk screws him again. Now, before then, I think Drew attacked Punk, so 2 for Drew. Punk screws Drew 4 times. And then Drew beat him at SummerSlam. So, when you really stop and think about it, maybe Drew should beat him at Bash in Berlin to kind of even things out. Now, my prediction, because it's a safe prediction, I think Punk is going to win. But then we're going to be in an interesting position because after Punk beats Drew, then comes the question, okay, how do we get to Hell in a Cell? Because I do believe Bad Blood is going to be a Hell in a Cell match, as it should be. It better be a Hell in a Cell match. Something needs to happen. Drew needs to do something really fucked up. And I mean really fucked up. To make Punk show that venom that he's lacking. Because he's not going to cut a pipe bomb on Drew unless he has venom. So I do think as a result of Punk beating Drew, we're going to get AJ Lee involved. How do we do that? Maybe Drew visits AJ at CM Punk's house. And then he does something. Oof. My imagination just went crazy. He does something to her and or Larry. And then it gets really personal. And that's when we get the pipe bomb from CM Punk. And that's when we get the Hell in the Cell feud. And that's how we blow it off. Because I do think, as much as I'm loving the feud, we need to wrap it up. I feel like it should be wrapping up at Bad Blood, and Punk should be moving on to Seth Rollins. Now, Seth Rollins will probably come back to fight Bronson Reed at Bad Blood. And again, like I said, Bad Blood should be, yes, there should be championship matches on there, but that should just be the grudge match pay-per-view. If anything else, Rhea Liv, that's a grudge match. Punk and Drew, Hell in a Cell. Seth and Bronson Reed. Carmelo and Andrade. Cody, and we'll talk about that in a second, because Cody does have to have a match. Probably we'll figure out what they do with Gunther if there's a reason to have him on there. But there's a lot of things we can do. There's a lot of things. AJ Styles and LA Knight, if you want to do that, that's a grudge. We'll figure it out. But if you really want to get them to that next level, Hell in a Cell, Drew's got to do something really fucked up, especially if he's losing tomorrow, which I think he is. So, Punk beats him. And the rest of these matches are super predictable. Let's just talk about it. First one, Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes. Really? Does anyone honestly believe Kevin is going to beat Cody Rhodes? Seriously. There is no, it can go either way. It's not going either way. Cody's going to beat Cody Rhodes. Cody's going to beat himself. Cody's going to beat Kevin Owens. And quite frankly, at this point in time, he should. I'm not worried about who wins here. I'm more worried about the story coming afterwards. So, the question is, the real prediction is, does Kevin Owens turn heel after the match? Initially, yes, I thought this was the perfect time to do it. It will get massive heat in Berlin. The crowd will lose their minds. And then you have Kevin Owens hit the package pile driver. You can have him bust Cody open. Oh, it would be so goddamn good. And then set up a rematch. Bad Blood. Boom. You're there, right? I don't know. Because they teed it up so well tonight, I don't know if they're going to do it at Bash in Berlin. I think they're going to do it, but not tomorrow. So my prediction, and you know what? I could be wrong, so I'm going to go with my gut. My prediction is, of course, Cody beats Kevin. We're going to see if he does turn. I think there's a strong possibility that Kevin turns heel tomorrow on Cody. But keep in mind that it probably won't happen. And if it doesn't happen, don't worry, it's coming. So, prediction, yes, I do think Cody wins, and I think Kevin turns heel. It's going to happen tomorrow or in the future. So, let's just go with the safe bet. And then the other one, come on. Come on, man. Really? Is anyone expecting Randy Orton to beat Gunther? In Germany. His home country. Gunther, your world champion, fights Randy Orton in a rematch from King of the Ring. The controversy of Randy Orton didn't have his shoulders down, so Gunther didn't really beat him. And so to avenge that, to affirm once and for all who's the better man, we're doing this match in Bash in Berlin. I think initially it was going to be Ilya Dragunov and Gunther. Save that for WrestleMania. That's a WrestleMania match. You don't blow that off here in Berlin. Because I heard people predicting that match for Bash in Berlin. I said, are you serious? Nah, fuck that. That's a WrestleMania match. Build to that. Build to that later. Don't be throwing that on a pay-per-view like this. Nah, that's a grudge match. Save that for WrestleMania for sure. But I'm pretty sure it probably would have happened if what happened at King of the Ring didn't happen. But I prefer this match. I think this match is going to be awesome. You know the crowd's going to make Gunther the babyface, which means Randy Orton gets to play the heel. Ooh, I can't wait for it. It's a preview of what's going to happen when Randy Orton turns heel on Cody Rhodes. And yes, Kevin will turn heel on Cody. Randy Orton will also turn heel on Cody. You already know what's going to happen. Both of them are going to turn on Cody because Cody has no friends. And no one likes Cody. I'm just playing. Or am I? No, it's clear that that's what they want to do. And this is how they set it up. Randy Orton fails to win the world title, so he gets desperate. And then he wants to beat Cody for the world title. So, we'll see. We'll see how that works out. But no one, unless you've never watched wrestling before, no one is expecting Randy Orton to beat Gunther. Now, if I'm Triple H, this would be a great time to swerve people and have Randy Orton beat Gunther. He's not going to. But I think for the most part, yeah, I'm pretty confident about my predictions. Like I said, Punk and Drew can go either way. Liv, Dom, Rhea, Damian can go either way. But for the most part, Cody retains. Of course, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill win the titles back. And then Gunther retains. It's really not. It's a very predictable show. And sometimes that's good. Predictability just means good storytelling. I think the show's going to be great. I think the show is going to deliver and the crowd's going to be awesome. So, there you go. That's my preview and predictions. That's my thoughts about the wrestling news. Give me your thoughts about everything we talked about. So, before we go and talk about and hang out with the live chat, quick reminder that tomorrow, the Super Chat Championship will be on the line. 3 Diglets. 3 Diglets will be defending his World Super Chat Championship tomorrow for Bash in Berlin. Now, big announcement. Firestar Hart has shown me and introduced to me a brand new championship belt design. So we will be debuting this new championship belt design tomorrow. So, 3 Diglets. You want it? Come get it. And honestly, good luck, y'all. If you want to win the championship, just donate the most money. If you donate the most money, you can win the championship. But good luck. 3 Diglets got deep pockets. And he'll also be defending his other championship on A&B Combos. He has 3 championship belts. He has the world title. He has the A&B Combos championship. And then he also has the international title. He has the... Jesus Christ. So he has the AEW International, he has the WWE World, and he has the A&B Combos. He's the man. And to be the man, woo! You gotta beat the man. So good luck with that. Alright, give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts about anything we talked about. Bash in Berlin, SmackDown, Tegan Knox, Vince McMahon, and of course, Nikki Bella. It's a lot. It's a lot we talked about here. So give me your thoughts about this. Let's see here. Shadow Star, hey Alyx, I'll add this to the Nikki Bella situation. The people bringing up John Cena should stop. They moved on, and we should too. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny thinking about John Cena jumping in to pull a baby face and save the day, but nah, that ship has sailed a long time ago. Let's see here. Yeah, some of y'all didn't even know what was happening with Nikki and her husband until I brought it up. Yeah, that was crazy, I know. Who is going to watch the Vince McMahon documentary? That's what I want to know. Let's see. Triple H even threw Tegan Nox into a tag team with Natalya, and she still failed. I mean, like, again, at some point in time, when does it start being about you? I sympathize with Tegan about her not getting opportunities and opportunities being taken away from her because of her injuries. But at some point in time, she has to take responsibility. Period. Wrestle Spider. What is Tegan Nox's gimmick anyway besides having a shiniest wizard? I don't know. Exactly. Like, what about her screams mainstream appeal? You're not owed anything. You have to earn it. Harry Grace. A friend of mine gave up WWE because of the crowning ceremony they had for Nia. He said he will only focus on professional wrestling Noah. Pro Wrestling Noah. Is that better than WWE? He says it is, and it's not even close. I don't watch professional wrestling Noah. I do know, if I'm not mistaken, Konosuke Takeshita came from there, right? Or did he come from DDT? I think he came from Noah, if I'm not mistaken. I do know a couple of Japanese wrestlers that wrestled there, but for the most part, most of my knowledge is with Japan Pro Wrestling, and that's about it. So he might be right, but I couldn't tell you. FG204, this is why wrestlers should rethink about re-signing long-term deals. I mean, at the same time, I'll keep saying this too. Like, you don't know what opportunities are going to come your way unless you stick with it. You just gotta stick with it. You don't know. Like, people just think Shawn Michaels, Triple H, for example, it took them close to a decade to get to where they are. Like, Shawn started wrestling in the 80s. Literally started wrestling in the 80s. He didn't become Shawn Michaels until 1996. So almost a decade later. Triple H, terrorizing WCW. Literally didn't win his first championship until 2000. And I think Triple H also started in the 80s. These are people who started wrestling before I was born. They didn't see their first world title until a generation later. Like, stick with it. You don't know when your opportunity is going to come to you. You got to stick with it. Yeah, Pure Fusion Collective is a terrible name. By the way, Jonah Bennett. Woo! What's good, Jody? Good to have you here, sir. Let me see here. Scrolling down a little bit. Is Linda McMahon still with Vince? No. No, they're not. They split up a long time ago. Kurt0091 says Vince will end his life before he goes to jail. Well, let's calm down with that one, sir. I don't see him ending his life before he goes to jail. I don't think he's that desperate. Let's see here. Harry Grace, if someone who is 58 years old and can't find a job and is depressed, and if he takes his own life, he's not a coward. Huh? Okay, that's an interesting comment. What was that about? If you're talking about Vince, Vince is 78 years old. Thank you for the prayers for Nikki Garcia, prayers for Nikki Bella comments here. This is really serious. Yeah, this isn't something to play around with. Yeah, it's sad. Like, people don't understand how abuse works. Like, you can't You know it's an abusive relationship. I think everybody knows if it's an abusive relationship, but 9 times out of 10 she knows it too. You know what I mean? We don't know anything. We don't know anything. We just know what the details are. And so all you can do is just be like, hey, prayers for her. Hopefully it works out. Let's see here. They need to be hold on. Let me read this again. Josh Joseph, I think he needs to be away from Gunther. Oh, he's talking about Ludwig Kaiser. So Josh Joseph says he thinks Ludwig Kaiser should leave or get away from Gunther and get his own gimmick. Well, right now he should be with Gunther because Gunther is keeping him relevant, but eventually he'll break away from him. I do agree with that. How they do that, I don't know. We'll figure that out. Moscott, yeah, this KO championship match came out of nowhere, no build up or no reason why. Yeah, it just kind of happened, but they could turn it into something. JJ Bulldog, actually more people was talking about both at WrestleMania 38 and not just Cody. I disagree with that. I think they were talking more about Cody. They were totally talking more about Cody than Kevin Owens versus Steve Austin. I think that's for sure the case. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what time it is. We have superstars in the building. Everyone take a step back and show your love to A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. What's good? A&B just came out of their live stream. They have the best live reactions out of anyone here in the YouTube space. Bar none. You love to see it. You love to see it. But they're here and they say, what happened to Nikki is no joke, and we can only hope she is okay and won't make excuses for his behavior and things get worked out. Big prayers up. Is that King Tyler? What's happening, King Tyler? Where have you been, sir? When was the last time I saw King Tyler in this live chat? We getting some regulars coming back. You love to see it. Dwayne Sweetney says, I love Bianca, but don't put the tag team titles back on her. Why not? Why not? What is she gonna do in the meantime? Might as well. Michael Owusu. Did I say that right? Michael Owusu? Michael Owusu says Drew should win. He should beat Punk again. And Punk still owes some dues. Yeah, like I said, Punk has the one-up over Drew in this feud. So, he probably should lose again. Let's see here. Yeah, everyone's predicting Gunther to retain. No one's expecting KO to lose. No one's expecting KO to beat Cody. That's hilarious to me. Let me see here. Not every wrestler can have that spot they want to have because it's just life. Exactly. You take what you're given, you don't throw a fit, and you make the most out of what you got. What's the first thing we learned when we were in kindergarten? You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Okay, this is my feud. What can I do to make the most out of it? I can turn this chicken salad into, this chicken shit into chicken salad. What do I gotta do? What you giving me? Okay, we'll make that work. Let's go. We're gonna kill it every single time we go out there. What T Knox is doing right now on Twitter isn't doing that at all. It's just not. King Tyler, I know. It's been a minute. Been working my butt off. Been catching up. Well, King Tyler, I'm very curious, Mr. King Tyler. I don't know if you saw, but Mr. 3 Diglets is currently the Super Chat champ. I'm curious if you would like to challenge for this title tomorrow. Just curious. I know you're working, but it's there if you're curious. If you're curious about that. All right, look, y'all. I would love to sit here and chat with y'all, but listen, we got a live stream, and I got a pay-per-view to catch in the next 12 hours, plus a therapy appointment, so I need to get to bed. I will be back up here. Trust me, you won't have to wait too long. I will be right back up here tomorrow after Bash in Berlin. So real quickly, I'm gonna plug A&B Combos one more time. So they'll be live for their live stream during the show. So before you catch me, you catch my live review. Check out their live stream, Bash in Berlin, because they are a family. They're going to do great reactions. You're going to love them. It's going to be fun. And they have to wake up, I think, because they're Pacific time. So they're going to be up at 10 a.m. Ooh, you better get that good night's sleep. So check them out when the show goes live. And then immediately come check me out for my live review of Bash in Berlin. And then we'll just go from there. And then, of course, we'll crown a new Super Chat champ if yeah, right. What new Super Chat champ is gonna be crowned? We got 3 belt, 3 Diglets, but if someone comes in, we'll see. I've seen crazier stuff happen. But anyways, thank you all so much for being here. As you file out, do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. Love you all. And always know you are welcome right here in Alyx's world. The place it is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. But hey, love you all. Thank you all for making me a part of your day. And I'll catch you guys next time. I'm out of here. Peace. When you're